Test, test. How about that one? How was it? Test. This one working? Is it working?
I forget which one that is here.
I have no idea. Richard done it last time, so we'll know what's.
Test, test. How about that one? You good?
It's been like that ever since we've been doing it. I don't have a clue. I don't know what they're gonna do.
What's the order?
They got another deal.
There should be Kyle Langley out there with the UMP weekly late models. Run a 17.46 on that first lap there. Got the 88 coming out. That's Richard Kubitz out of Waxahachie, Texas. Kubitz going on his white flag with lap right now. One more time around for his time trial. He's at number 5. That's Bill Lane out of Maybank coming out for 17.518 for Richard Kubitz last lap. Bill Lane taking the green flag for his. Making his first lap around. $17,584 for Bill Lane on his first lap around. Now you got the number 1. That's Chase Raymond out of Scurry, Texas, coming out. Gonna make his way around. Checker flag for Bill Lane. 17.793 on the last lap for Bill Lane. Meanwhile, Chase Raymond taking the green flag. 1961. He takes a checker flag. Meanwhile, Ortanic McHale was getting pushed off in the front straightaway there. Guess he couldn't get fired. He was supposed to be the next one on the track. So now we got Sloppy Hog out of Arlington. The ZZ car coming out. Going to take his warm-up lap and take the green when he comes out of turn 4. Sloppy Hog going around for lap number 1 with a 16.529. He's got one more time around. Meanwhile, here comes the 00 Trey Langley out of Garland, Texas. He's going to take his warm-up lap. Meanwhile, Sloppy Hog coming out of turn number 4 for his checker flag. Trey Langley taking the green flag. Sorry, I didn't hear the second lap of Trey Langley there. .17.408 for Trey Langley's first lap around, and here comes the number 2 of Jim Moon. Jim Moon coming around for his first lap, going to be taking the white flag this time by. .16.667 for Jim Moon's first lap around. Here comes out the number 20, that's Randy Kubitz out of Waxahachie, Texas. A little bit slower, 17.104 on Jim Moon's second lap there. Randy Kubitz going to be taking the green flag right here. .18.813 for the first lap of Randy Kubitz. Now we got rolling out the 55. That's going to be Dustin Woods out of Forney, Texas. .18.196 for Kubitz's second lap in the time trials, and here comes Dustin Woods taking the green flag. Dustin Woods' first lap, and here comes around turn 4 to take the checker flag. .16.541 for the second lap of Dustin Woods there. And taking the green flag right now, we got the COOP Coupe. That's Cooper Tilley out of Omaha, Nebraska. Next door here that the transponder is not working on the coupe car when he nails the wall. Went over the top of turn 2 and nails the wall at the right rear of that car. hopefully not too much damage to it. He'll be able to get it recouped and back out here. But his transponder is not working, so they were trying to roll him up out there. We should have one more time trial left, and that should be the 82 of Dalton Spear. He should be coming out. Looks like he's down there to shoot. I don't know.
Four of them down there to shoot, ain't there?
Those are the ones that's already done it. They're just waiting to go back over there.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's the green flag for Dalton Spear.
Yes. Huh? No.
Let's actually hit my pocket or something. But
Hang on.
huh? Hang on. $16,382 for Dalton Spear on his checker flag lap. We got one more car, the 21. He's got his fired back up and fixing to roll out here for his time trial.
Do what now, babe?
Oh no, hey, but when you do come up here, we bring my juice. Yeah, I know it's about halfway across the parking lot. Got Organic Michael out there making his laps around. Not sure what happened to him in that first go around, but he's got fired back up and rolling around out there taking the white flag. First lap was an 18.024 for Organic. Looks like he's pushing a little bit coming through 3 and 4, but he's coming down to the checker flag for his last and final lap. 17.6. 17 what? 17.767 on that one. Improved that one just a little bit. All right, I want to welcome everybody out here to Big O Speedway for the Eddie Prator Classic. My name's Alan Lindo. I'll be behind the mic. I ain't been out here since sometime last year. Got Race on Texas out here as well, so thank them for being here, and also go subscribe, raceontexas.com. $39.99 a month. You can watch any race they are filming live, You can be sitting right here in the stands watching this one and watching another one on your phone. So go check out raceontexas.com. If I could, get everybody to please stand for prayer and national anthem. Dear Heavenly Father, gracious Lord, we thank you for blessing everyone to be here, make it out here on a beautiful Friday night. We just want to ask you to please keep all these drivers and fans in your hands and guide them and lead them, and let there be good sportsmanship out here tonight, Lord. Let us have a good night of racing, and we come back tomorrow and finish this Eddie Prator Classic race off. Lord, just bless everyone here and have everybody a safe trip home. In Jesus' name, amen. Please stay standing for the national anthem. Leanne Rhymes is going to lead us in that one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the against red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, drivers, start your engines and let's rock and roll. Looks like we have 32 entries of USRA factory stocks out here tonight. Ought to be a good show. We got 2 heats that factory stocks will run tonight. They will be. They'll be running these off passing points, right? What? Passing points for the factory. So factory stocks will be running on passing points for tonight for tomorrow's feature race. So of course your highest number of passing points will be up front in your feature race tomorrow for the 5,000 to win. All right, you got heat number 1 out there on the track. You're going to have the number 2 of Cody Dixon out of Ennis, Texas on the pole. Outside of him is going to be the 04 of Justin Strain out of Ennis. Inside of row number 2, you have Kenny Fiddler in the 151 car out of Maybank. Outside of him is going to be the 23W of Christopher Watson out of Ennis. Row number 3 on the inside, you got Royce Jones in the 07 car out of Troop. Outside of him, you got Chad Ince in the 75 out of Forney, Texas. Row number 4, you got the number 7, the 494 of Dylan Kidwell out of China Springs, Texas. Outside of him is going to be Mason Martin out of Kaufman in the 31 machine. Lights are out, fixing to go green. Green flag in the air. Looks like Cody Dixon gets on the gas pedal. He's going to lead him down that front straightaway. Here comes Kenny Filler in the 15, shooting up the middle. In the 151, I'm sorry. Oh, Kenny and Dixon get together on the coming out turn number 2. Oh! Chaos on the back straightaway coming out turn number 2. Fiddler gets into Dixon coming out of 2, gets Dixon sideways, and Dixon gets hit a couple of times. Let's see who else is involved in that one. That is the... Can't see the number on that one. Oh, that's a 23W of Christopher Watson getting involved in that, but it looks like he's still rolling along. Unfortunate for Cody Dixon, he looks a little mangled up over there on the back straightaway up against the wall. We're going to have to get this one restacked. Be a complete restart, moving that inside row up one. Looks like Cody Dixon showing his displeasure over there on that back straightaway.
Okay, you'll probably need to go single file this back straightaway because there's
Looks like we're getting them lined back up. That's going to put the 151 of Kenny Fiddler on the pole now. Looks like the lights are out. 151, Kenny Filler, going to be up to him to get to us, this one started. It looks like he's on the go pedal right now. And he's going to lead them out turn number 4. Got the 07, Royce Jones. He's powering up the inside, taking over that second spot. You got the 23W, Chris Watson, running around the outside, making a charge on that back straightaway. Looks like he's going to lead him down to turn number 3. He's going the high side, Fiddler on the low side. Coming out turn number 4, 23W, Christopher Watson going to lead lap number 1. Here comes that 75, Chad Ince, and that coming up the inside. Up into the 4th spot, figure to take the 3rd spot away from Royce Jones, and up not quite. Shooting back down the bottom through turns 3 and 4. Here comes that 31 of Mason Martin. He's running that high side, getting on the backside of Royce Jones going to turn number 1. Gets a little loose going through turns 2, and then lets the 75 Chad Ince slide up in front. He chose to go back up to the high side. Meanwhile, Christopher Watson starting to stretch that lead out. There's a good battle back here for that 3rd spot between Royce Jones, Chad Ince. I think that's Dylan Kidwell, I believe, in the mix of that right there. Oh, Ince gets a little loose going through 3 and 4, lost all the spots. Still got Kenny Fiddler holding on to that 2nd spot, holding off Royce Jones in that 07. A little bit of smoke coming out of the backside of Fiddler's car there. Looks like he's got a right rear flopping around pretty good. I don't know if he's got a bent axle there or what, but I'm assuming that's probably gear oil smoke we're seeing right there. Here comes Kidwell shooting up the inside of Royce Jones, trying to make something happen. Gives him a little bump going through 3 and 4 there. Kidwell trying to find a way around, take the 3rd spot away from Jones. Here comes Jones up the inside now, going to shoot down underneath Kenny Fiddler, take over that 2nd spot. Here comes Kidwell right behind him. Fiddler loses 2 spots right there, coming out of 2 down that back straightaway. Wonder if that right rear has something to do with it. It's flopping pretty good there. Got quite a bit of smoke coming off the right rear Fiddler there. Fiddler running back up on the back of 494 Kidwell. But meanwhile, here comes Ince and Martin on the backside of Fiddler. '07 Royce Jones done closed some ground up on the 23W of Christopher Watson. Still got a good battle back here. That 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th spots right there, all battling out. And here comes Royce Jones underneath. Coming out turn number 2. He's going to take it away from 23W Christopher Watson. Royce Jones in the 07 taking the lead away. 2 laps to go. We still got a 4-car battle back here for the 3rd spot. Looks like right now the 31 Mason Martin crossed the line first. Oh, and Kidwell up and over the top of turns 1 and 2. And here we come out turn number 4. Royce Jones taking the white flag. Christopher Watson still trying to find a way around to take that lead back. Chad Ince and Mason Martin. Oh, Watson gets in the wall on the back straightaway. Last time coming out turn number 4. Royce Jones in the 07 takes the win, followed by 23W Christopher Watson.
Who got 3rd?
75 of Chad Ince takes the 3rd spot, followed by the 31 Mason Martin. That was just heat race number 1, all the excitement already. Heat race number 2, fixing to roll out on the track. Looks like we're going to have the 5H, Gerald Barson out of Eustis, Texas on the pole. Outside of him is going to be Albert McCall in the 25 car out of Crandall, Texas. Inside of row number 2, you're going to have the 21 car, Jimmy Gore out of Kaufman. Outside of him is going to be the number 12, Cody Chamberlain out of Jacksonville. Inside of row number 3, you got John Grobe in the 01 machine out of Elmont, Texas. Outside of him is going to be Taylor Rollison out of Midlothian, Texas in the number 8. Inside of road number 4, we got Ryan Welch in the R12 out of Ennis. And outside of him is going to be Colton Tanner in the 96T out of Corsicana. Eight heat races of these factory stocks, battling it out for the $5,000 to win tomorrow night. 300 to start. Looks like the lights are out. Gerald Larson gets on the loud pedal, leading them now to turn number 4, but here comes 25, Albert McCall on the outside. McCall going to rail it around the outside. Oh, we got Gore trapped in the middle. Coming through turn 1, 2, a little bumping and grinding going on back there between Chamberlain and Gore. And the 0-1 of John Grove, all getting together back on that back straightaway. But it looks like Gore coming out ahead in that third spot. Looks like he's going to duck to the inside of Larson, trying to take over the 2 spot. Albert McCall in that 25 machine leading them out all by himself right now. We got a 3-4 car battle for the second spot. Gore shooting back to the inside of Larson. Powering it out of turn number 2, and he takes over that second spot from Larson. And now here comes Cody Chamberlain, that number 12. He's going to try to take it away from Larson and put him another spot back. Chamberlain, he's going to shoot down to the inside, going in turn number 1. He's going to try to take it away. Not quite enough there. Larson got the preferred lineup on the top side. Chamberlain powering down that back straight. We're going to shoot to the inside and try low on 3 and 4. Oh, in the back there, we got the 8. That's Taylor Rollison getting into the R12 of Ryan Welch. Everybody kept it pointing in the right direction. Meanwhile, here comes, Larson goes to the inside. Chamberlain, he lets him have the top line. And Chamberlain takes advantage of it. Larson may be having some issues while he went down the inside. Not real sure why he let that line go, but now here comes 0-1 and John Grove. He's going to try to go to the high side, and he does. Larson still staying on the bottom. Larson still on the 4th spot. As of right now, with that 0-1 getting the run coming off turn number 2, looks like he's going to take that 4th spot away. The 25, Albert McCall, stretching that lead out. Jimmy Gore in that 2nd spot. 12, Cody Chamberlain in 3rd. Them 3 are all kind of stretched out. The battle's right here for the 4th spot. And right now it's the 0-1 of John Grove still holding on to it. But here comes that 96T, Colton Tanner. He started dead last in this one. He is working his way up. He's going to come around the outside, come down turn number 4, and it was about a tie at the line. He leads it. He goes down to turn number 1. Looks like he's going to rail the outside. He's going to take that 4th spot away from John Grove. Now it's up to Grove to try to find his way back around, try to take it back. Meanwhile, Albert McCall said, y'all play all you want to, I'm gone. Oh, we got the R12 spun around coming out turn 4. It looks like he gets it back going. That was Ryan Welch. He gets it spun back around and pointing in the right direction. Looks like we got 2 laps left. Oh, and he goes around again over in turn number 2. He gets it spun back around, but that is going to bring out the yellow. Yep. Should. Says it on the paperwork. Right there. That was a single unassisted spin for that R12 Ryan Welch. Not sure what the call is, but normally a single car spin in a heat race is automatic. You're done for the heat race, but I don't know what their plan is for this one since it's not just a normal race. Two of them, two cautions, two unassisted cautions in the heat race for this big race, so giving these guys a little bit of a chance. Thank you, Rocky, for letting me know that. This is going to be a green, white checker start. You got the 25, Albert McCall still out front. He stretched that lead out a good ways before the caution came out. We're going to go green, white checker, and he go ahead and hits the go pedal on the back straightaway. You got Gore and Chamberlain side by side going down 3-4. Chamberlain pushes coming through 2-4, gets into the side of Gore, takes over that second spot. Now here comes Colton Tanner at 96T, going to try to make a move on Gore. Jimmy Gore still had to run off the high side, though. He's going to retain that second spot, but he lost his 2 spot to Colton Chamberlain. I'm sorry, Cody Chamberlain. Cody Chamberlain takes that second spot away from Gore. Gore trying to work his way back up, but not enough laps. We've got coming out of turn 4 is going to be a checker flag. Looks like the 25, Albert McCall, is going to take the checker flag for heat race number 2, followed by Cody Chamberlain at 12. 21, Jimmy Gore. Then the 96T, Colton Tanner. And then the top 5 was the 01 of John Grobe. All right. That wrapped up heat race number 2. Now heat race number 3 coming out on the track. On the pole position, we're going to have the 40 of Michael Bowles out of Italy, Texas. Outside of him is going to be Toby Grissom in the 40T out of Athens, Texas. Then you got the 70, Don't Stop the Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain, Pork Chop out of Jacksonville, Texas on the inside of road number 2. Outside of him is going to be Richard George in the 22C out of Salina, Texas. Inside of road number 3, you got the number 112, Ryan Powers. I believe that's Flying Ryan Powers out of Kennedale, Texas. And I kept saying Colton Chamberlain a little bit ago, but here's Colton Chamberlain, the 15 in this one on the outside of road number 3 out of Zypher, Texas. Inside of road number 4, you have Matt Dosher in the 99J out of Kemp. Outside of him is going to be Brandon Cook out of Athens, Texas in the 47C. This is the 3rd heat race of 8 for these factory stocks. Remember, they're going off passing points, so the further back they start and the further forward they can get, the more points they can rack up going into tomorrow's event. Looks like the lights are out. It's going to be up to the 40 of Michael Bowles to get this one going. And he gets on the gas pedal coming out of turn number 4. Looks like the 40T of Grissom shot way to the high side going through there. And here's the 40 of Michael Bowles going to lead him around. Pork Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain, the 70 car falls in right behind him. He's going to take over that second spot. We got a good battle for 3rd down here between. Oh, we got some bumping and banging down the front straightaway here. Everybody keeps it pointing in the right direction. Looks like the 22C, that's Richard George holding on to the 3rd spot at the moment. He's got a lot of heat on his backside, though. You got the 99J kind of creeping down and around the bottom. That's Matt Dosher. Look at that, Matt Dosher. He takes them all right there on the inside, coming through turn 1 and 2. Going to dive it back down 3 and 4 and try to maintain that third spot. It looks like the 112 holding up, took that third spot. That's Flying Ryan Powers. Flying Ryan around the top side. He's going to get the momentum off the back straightaway. He's taking that third spot. Meanwhile, 99J, Matt Dosher in that 4th spot. Uh-oh, looks like problems for the 99J. See him waving his hand out the window. He shoots it off the top of turn number 1 and 2. Get off the track. Tough break as he was running pretty good right there. And that's going to bring out the yellow. Tough break for 99J of Matt Dosher. Starting the 7th spot, was working his way up. He was up to 4th, battling for 3rd. Not sure what happened, but looks like they're going to have to assist him off the track. Well, I just stepped outside. It feels pretty good out here with the wind blowing. Pretty warm up there in the tower. I guess they turned the air conditioner on a little late or something. I want to thank the sponsor for this USRA factory stock. It looks like Shelly Smiley York City Real Estate. Thank them for coming on board. Also, don't forget, if you are not on Race On Texas, go to raceontexas.com. Go get you a subscription, $39.99 a month. Watch any race they are watching live. I believe you can catch any previous races on the on-demand section. Rocky. Hey, Rocky. Your green flag is on the ground, buddy. Looks like the wind took the green flag from Rocky up there.
Well, it looks like the gate's locked down here, so I don't know how we're going to get it. If any track personnel can hear me that has a key to the gate underneath the flag stand, we could use that at the moment. Got one of the track officials to come save the day. Pick it up carefully. Don't wave it because they'll take off on you. Now hold on to them, Rocky. Get you a bungee cord or something. Still trying to get the 99J off the track. Looks like he must have some rear end problems. It looks like they're picking him up. Going to try to get him off. While we're still waiting, just gonna bring up the Lone Star 600 for a second here. If y'all have never been or never seen the Lone Star 600, go on Facebook. Lone Star 600 is on there. It's a 300 lap race on Friday and a 300 lap race on Saturday. Had about 180 cars out there last year, all at the same time. There is no caution, so if you've never seen the Lone Star 600 Enduro race, make sure you go look it up. I believe it's October 7th and 8th, I think, this year, out there at Devil's Bowl Speedway, so y'all check it out. The Race on Texas will be there covering all the action. I believe they have several cameras out there for that big race. 25,000 to win. And you don't have to have any special car for it. You can bring your weekly car. I've seen a weekly limited win $10,000. It's $10,000 to win each night. You win both nights, you win $25,000. Of course, I'll be there. I've got the car Mighty Mouse, the little Volkswagen Bug. My teammate, he's got a 54 Chevrolet. Matt Ryan drives Old Checker. I drive the Volkswagen called Mighty Mouse. So we will both be out there at the Lone Star 600. So like I said, go look it up on Facebook. Come check it out. Awesome race to see. Lights are out. It's going to be up to Michael Bowles, and he says, let's go right now. Michael Bowles going to lead him down 3 and 4. Here comes Kenneth Pork Chop Chamberlain in that 70 car. Here comes the 112 of Flying Ryan Powers all over the backside of Pork Chop. Looks like the 40T, Toby Grissom, he's going to take over that 4 spot. You still got a battle between Colton Chamberlain and the 22C of Richard George. They're battling over for that 5th spot. Halfway down for Michael Bowles in the 40 machine. Ryan Powers, Flying Ryan Powers all over the backside of Pork Chop. Oh, and 40T, Toby Grissom goes up over the top of turns 2 and almost catches Colton Chamberlain. He gets it pointed back in the right direction. He was running right up there with these top 3 guys and fell it all the way back. That monster up there in turn 1 and 2 reached up and grabbed him. Meanwhile, these top 3 cars of Bowles, Chamberlain, Powers, they're starting to make a little breakaway. Chamberlain gets a little squirrely going through turns 2. Still holding off Ryan Powers in the 112 machine. Bowles, Chamberlain, Powers, then the 22C of Richard George. Two laps to go, Flagman says. Everybody pretty well spaced out except for that top 3 car. Here comes Powers. He's going to give a little shove in the shorts. The pork chop down that back straightaway. 1 lap to go for Bowles. Powers trying to find a way around pork chop. Going to run right up on the backside up, going into turn 1, coming out of 2. Trying to make a run down the back straightaway. He's got 1 last shot. He's going to dive it down to the inside, see if he can make it work down there. Not enough bite on the inside. 40, Michael Bowles going to be the Heat Race 3 winner, followed by the 70, Kenneth Porkchop Chamberlain, the 112, Flying Ryan Powers. 22C, Richard George, and then round out the top 5 is going to be the 15 of Colton Chamberlain. All right, we got a birthday announcement in the house. Got a happy 20th birthday to Haley Smith. So Haley Smith, happy 20th birthday. Also, 50-50 tickets. If you don't have 50-50 tickets, go to the front gate, get your 50-50 tickets. I believe we'll be drawing for that probably around intermission time. So make sure you grab them before then. All right, we got heat race number 4 on the track. On the pole, you got the 54K of Melvin Kemp out of Waco, Texas. Outside of him is going to be the 55M of Neil Kemp, Mineral Springs, Arkansas. Second row inside, you got the 54R of Brett McMillan. Outside of row number 2, you have the 02B of Tanner Bogus out of Midlothian, Texas. Inside of row number 3, you got the 1W of Sean Hill out of Grand Prairie. Outside of him is going to be the number 10 of Nate Dixon out of Ennis. Row number 4 on the inside is going to be the 55 of Ryan Turnipseed out of Grand Prairie, Texas. And then outside of him on the back row, the 27 of Dalton Faulkner. Keep your eyes on that boy right there. Tough break for him last week at the King of the Hill for that 10,000 to win. Before they even took the green flag, he unfortunately had a flat and had to pull off right before the green flag. Dalton Faulkner was definitely one of the top contenders for that 10,000 to win last weekend over at Boot Hill Speedway. So keep your eye on him. I guarantee you he's going to be heading to the front. Looks like the lights are out. It's going to be up to the 54K Melvin Kemp to get to us one started right there in the middle of turn 3 and 4 where that orange cone sitting on that tire. And he's on the loud pedal. Here we go. Oh, we got him going 3 wide right off the start. Nate Dixon shooting right up the middle. Nate Dixon going to shoot through the middle, coming through turn 2. And we got the other 55. That's Ryan Turnipseed going around turn 2. He gets it back going the right direction. Nate Dixon up to the 3rd spot already. Right now you got the 55M, Neil Kemp out front. Dalton Faulkner, he's going to shoot it down to the inside. Going to try to see if he can find some bite down there. Nothing down there. Got Neil Kemp in 1, Melvin Kemp in 2, Nate Dixon 3. 54R, that's Brett McMillan in the 4th spot. They're starting to make a little breakaway. Dalton Faulkner, he's trying to find a clear path where he can jump up to that high side. Can't quite get it there yet. He keeps working that inside, trying to find a way around. Shoots it back down and turns 1 and 2 to see if he can make him pull it out coming out of turn number 2. Oh, and it gets squeezed over there. Dalton Faulkner just keeps working that inside. He wants to get up to that high side, but can't quite get there just yet. Oh, we got one going over the top. Oh, Melvin Kemp goes over the top, turn 1 and 2. Now you got Neil Kemp way out in the lead, followed by the 10, Nate Dixon. Brett McMillan in the 3rd spot now. Here comes Faulkner. He's still trying to work a way around the 0-2B of Tanner Bogus. It looks like he clears him. He's finally getting up to that high side to see how much see if he can run him down. First, he's going to have the 54K. Melvin Kemp, he's going to try to chase down. Looks like the 55M and Neil Kemp, he's fixing to be coming up in the lap traffic. I believe that's supposed to be the 1W of Sean Hill, but I see a 5 on the side of it. It says 05 on the car, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a 1W of Sean Hill. Brett McMillan working on the backside of Nate Dixon, trying to find a way around. Neil Kemp trying to find a way around this lap car. Lap car's right in the line Neil wants to be in. Neil Kemp gives Sean Hill a little shot in the shorts, going down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Neil's going to shoot it down to the inside now. No bite down on the inside. Dalton Faulkner slowly closing ground on the 54K of Melvin Kemp. Only 2 laps to go. Neil Kemp finally gets around Sean Hill. He's taking the white flag. Nate Dixon still holding on to that 2 spot, but Millen right there trying to find a way around. Faulkner still closing the ground up, but I think he's going to run out of laps. Oh, he bobbles a little bit going through turn 1 and 2. And taking the checker flag will be the 55M of Neil Kemp, followed by the 10 of Nate Dixon, and then the 54R, Brett McMillan, and the 5K, Melvin Kemp, followed by the 27 of Dalton Faulkner. Neil Kemp taking the Heat Race 4 win. I believe he's driving Cody Myers' car this weekend. Looks like we're going to switch the tone a little bit. Looks like we're going to bring some interceptors out before we go to Heat Race number 5 in the factories. We just have 1 heat of the interceptors. All right, here's the lineup for your interceptors. On the pole is going to be Richard Kubitz in the 88 car out of Waxahachie. Outside of him, outside pole, Tyler LeDuc. Is that correct? LeDuc? Anybody? We'll go with LeDuc. He's going to be in the 33 car out of Midlothian. Inside of row number 2 should be Landon Campbell, but I think he had a little incident in hot laps earlier. So outside of row number 2 should be Randy Kubitz in the 64 out of Waxahachie. So what normally would be on row number 3 but moved up should be the 911 of Christania Nold out of Azale, Texas. Outside will be Ortanic McHale in the 651. And then should be on the inside of the 4th row, Jim Moon in the 1XXX Star out of Grand Prairie, Texas. And outside of him will be Weston Williamson in the 44 out of Waxahachie. All the inside row moved up one spot from the 2nd row back because Landon Campbell. And there's Landon in the flag stand. He broke his car, so he's going to do some flagging, it looks like. Tell them one more time around, we're going green. Well, that front row didn't go, but the back row sure did. And the 69 car, I don't even have that on my lineup. Maybe that's Jim Moon. I don't know. Oh, we got the 88 going around. That's Richard Kubitz going around. Looks like he gets a turn back in the right direction, but that also held up the 911 or Christania Nold. Meanwhile, I believe that's Jim Moon. I'm not 100%, but I will call it Jim Moon's out front, followed by the 651 of Ortanic McHale. Then you got the 33, Tyler LeDuc. 4th spot in 64, Randy Kubitz, followed by the 44 of Weston Williamson. Ortanic trying to find a run off the turn. He's going to shoot it down to the inside just a little bit. Not enough there. On the 44, Weston Williamson goes around over there between turn 3 and 4. Looks like he's still running, going to whip it right back around. There goes Ortanic again, shooting down the inside, going to take over the race lead. Not quite enough there. Going to shoot it back down to the inside, going into turn number 3. 69 of, we're calling Jim Moon, I guess, still holding on to it. Oh, we got one over the top of turn 3 and 4. He bounces it back on. I think that's a 33 of Tyler LeDuc that went over. Nope, 88. That's 88 of Richard Kubitz. Two laps to go in this interceptor heat. It looks like the 64, Randy Kubitz, is going to take over the 3rd from the 33 of Tyler LeDuc. Still got a good battle up front here. White flag in the air. Oh, Ortanic slams the brakes on to keep from plowing in the back. Loses a little bit of ground, but checker flag in the air. Looks like the 69, I'm saying, is going to be Jim Moon, followed by the 651. That's Ortanic McHale. And then the 64 of Randy Kubitz. And then the 911, Christonia Nold. And the 33, Tyler LeDuc. I'm fitting to go check and see if that was actually Jim Moon in the 69, because it says 1 XXX on my sheet here. It is Jim Moon? All right, I just got that confirmed. That was Jim Moon. Looks like we got about 18 Eco Limited mods here tonight. Sitting on the pole of the heat race number 1 of the Eco Limited is going to be the 19R. That's Dylan Richards out of Red Oak, Texas. Outside of him is going to be the number 11 of the Young Gun, Jet Hefty out of Kemp. Inside of row number 2, you got the 14 of James Riddle out of Crandall, Texas. Outside of him, you got the 34J of Josh Brand out of Trinidad, Texas. Inside of row number 3, you're going to be the 01 of Josh Baker. Outside of him is going to be the 22 of Kyler Smith out of Waxahachie. Inside of row number 4, you got the 4X, James Haggard out of Crandall. Outside of him, I believe, if I remember looking at Facebook right, 22T Tyler Muirhead won the last race out here. He's out of Maybank. And on the back row all by himself, he's got the number 80 of Gary Peters out of Grand Saline, Texas. Rocky Campbell staying one more time when we're going green. And they're on the go pedal, 19R. Dylan Rich is going to lead him out turn number 4. Looks like problems for the number 11 of Jet Hefty right off the start. Falls all the way to the rear. Oh, and Tyler Muirhead got sparks flying out from the car and a trail of smoke behind them. And you got Gary Peters down here in turn number 1, spun around. Woo! That was a whole bunch of chaos right on the word go on that one. You got Jet, the number 11, he leaves the track. Muirhead looks like he broke, sparks flying out. And then Gary Peters here takes a little spin in turn 1. Going to get these guys restacked back up and try to get that one going again. Tough break from Muirhead, as like I said, I believe the last race out here, he was your feature winner. Looks like they're giving the black flag to Gary Peters. I don't know that Gary Peters was the cause of that caution. I believe the 22T of Muirhead was, but I just call what I see happening out here. I don't know what happened. Looks like Gary Pierce is down there voicing his opinion about that too. See if they can't get that one corrected, because that caution was out before that happened. And he looks displeased as he does leave the track. Can't say that I don't blame him. I hear the boos down there too. I'm right there with you, buddy. I seen it. I didn't think it was right either. Well, it looks like Jet Hefty made his way back out. I seen him pull back there to the hot pit. I'm not sure exactly what went wrong with him. But he didn't cause a caution, and we haven't completed a lap, so he's able to go to the hot pit and come right back out, and that's what he does. He just has to, I guess he's going to the rear. Lights are out. And Dylan Richards gets on the go pedal once again. Got 22, Kyler Smith diving in the middle, can't quite make it work. Dylan Richards had to run off the high side. James Riddle working that low side in that 14 machine. Here comes the 01 of Josh Baker. He's rounding out the outside. He's running the 4th spot. Kyler Smith all over the backside of Dylan Richards. James Riddle going to shoot it down to the inside. Nothing there. Here comes the 01. And Kyler Smith makes the pass, coming down turn number 4 down that front straightaway. He's going to take over the lead. Oh, and Dylan Richards gets up a little high, almost. He saved it from going over. Here comes James Riddle in the 14 car, going to shoot up the inside. Going to try to do a little slider coming through 3 and 4. And he does, and he makes it work. He takes over that 2nd spot, James Riddle. Now Dylan Richards got to do some work. Here comes that young gun, number 11, Jet Hefty. Jets have made it up to the 4th spot. Meanwhile, the 22, Kyler Smith, starting to stretch that lead out. James Riddle in that 14, starting to get a little distance between him and the 19R of Dylan Richards. Everybody starting to space themselves out a little bit with 2 laps to go. White flag in the air for the 22 of Kyler Smith. Tyler Smith, last time through turns 3 and 4. Here he comes down the front straightaway, taking the checker flag, 22, Kyler Smith, followed by the 14, James Rill, the 19R, Dylan Richards, then the 11, the young gun, Jet Hefty. Then the 34J, Josh Brand, and then the 01 of Josh Baker. That's going to be heat race number 1 for your Eco Limited mods. Heat race number 2, fixing to pull out on the track. On the pole of this one, we're going to have the 783 of John Skinner out of Corsicana. Outside of him is going to be the 15 of Gavin Smith out of Palmer. Inside of row number 2, the 087 of Henry Harrison out of Crandall. Outside row number 2, 18B of Blaine Smith out of Kaufman. Inside of row number 3, the 0 of Keith Burnett out of Palestine. Outside of row number 3, the number 12, Jordan Ramsey out of Crandall. Inside row number 4, the 28X, Gary Jackson out of Princeton. Outside of row number 4, the 23 of Ricky Slack out of Ennis. And on the back row all by himself is going to be the 82 of Mikey Pataki out of Maybank. In the green there, the outside. Gavin Smith going to lead him out turn number 2. Then 783, John Skinner falls back to that second spot. Looks like the third spot got the 18B of Blaine Smith. Followed by the 087, Henry Harrison. 15 of Gavin Smith, he's stretching that lead out early. At 12 of Jordan Ramsey, sitting in that 5th spot, going to try to find a way around the 087 of Henry Harrison. He's going to shoot it down to the inside, going into turn number 3. Not enough bite down there. Looks like the line, like it's been all night, around the top of this track. Now here comes the 23 of Ricky Slack. He's jumping up on the high side. He's going to try to take that 5th spot away. It looks like he does. 12, Jordan Ramsey. Now he's stuck down the bottom. Needs to try to find his way back up, and he does. He finds a little gap there, gets back up on the top shelf. Looks like we got the 18B, Blaine Smith. He's going to dive down. He's going to do a slide job on Skinner. Can he make it stick? Skinner shoots, crosses him up. Skinner, he gets just enough back ahead to slide right back up. Oh, and Skinner has some problems. Looks like there's smoke coming out of the backside of that car. And that's going to bring out a yellow. We got 2 cars spinning up here on top of turn 1, trying to avoid. Looks like we got oil all down the track going into turn number 1. Might have just popped his motor. Looks like he got something dumped on the track there. Tough break for the 783 of John Skinner. Mr. Jim Moon, if you can hear me, sir, we need the gate under the flag stand unlocked, please, sir. Jim Moon, if you can hear me, we need this gate unlocked underneath the flag stand. Actually, I see Jim Moon over there. Hey, Jim, can you hear me? Jim Moon, can you hear me? Jim Moon. We'll try again here in a minute. Here we go. Gavin Smith going to lead him right back down to turn number 1. Here comes the 18B of Blaine Smith trying a little slide job, nothing there. Looks like we got the 28X, Gary Jackson. He's going to pull it down to the infield. 2 laps to go, the flagman says. Looks like the 28 got it back going. Must have popped it out of gear, got it back in gear. Gary Jackson's back on the track. Oh, we got the 22 down here spinning around, coming out of turn number 4. Or 82, I'm sorry, that's Michael Pataki. White flag in the air for the 15. Gavin Smith. 18B Blaine Smith in the 2nd spot. Got a good little battle back here in the 3rd spot. Here comes the checkers. 15 Gavin Smith. 18B Blaine Smith take the 2nd spot. Then the 23 Ricky Slack. Followed by the 12 Jordan Ramsey, and then the 0 of Keith Burnett as he's smoking and dumping fluid all the way around the track. Jim Moon, can you hear me over there? Jim Moon. Jim Moon, can you hear me? Wave your hand, please. Jim Moon. Hey, Jim. Jim Moon, can you come unlock the gate, please, sir, underneath the flag stand? Jim Moon, we need the gate under the flag stand unlocked, please, sir. Looks like we're going to take a short intermission here. And we'll get back to some racing. All right, while we're here at intermission, don't forget to come back here to the concession stand. Get you something cold to drink. All right, the 50-50 girl is walking around, so catch them when they go by. Get your 50-50 tickets. All right. 50-50 tickets. We finna draw some 50-50 tickets. Or a 50-50 ticket.
$75.
$75 to the winner.
And this gentleman right here is going to draw for us. What's your name again?
Braden?
Braden's gonna draw for
And
us.
he's got a sidekick here. What's your name? Riley?
Say Riley.
What's your name? What's your name?
Riley Reynolds.
What'd you say?
Riley Reynolds.
Riley Reynolds.
Riley Reynolds.
Oh, Riley.
Oh, Riley Riddle. She was like, Riley Riddle.
Okay, here we go. Got them all mixed up.
All right, get your yellow 50-50 ticket out. We are drawing it right now.
All right, here's the ticket.
Ticket number is 558697. 558697. If you got that ticket, come on down here to the flags. Oh, there got one waving right here. Bring it on down here. Let's check that ticket. Where you going?
Hospital.
We got this lady with the Bucky t-shirt on coming right here. Five, 8, 6, 9, 7. There it is. Well, all right, $75. What's your name?
Melissa.
All right, Melissa. You $75 richer tonight.
Tell these guys thank you. They pulled your number.
Thank you. I came from Tyler.
Oh, you came from Tyler. I came from Longview, so there we go. All right, thank you to everybody participating in the 50-50 drawing, and we will do it all over again tomorrow night. And we plan on doing some driver interviews after the feature race tonight if we can ever get this gate unlocked over here. I think I'm gonna have to announce and flag or something. I think they said. No, I think it said somebody's on their way or something. I don't know. Hey, go for it. I don't care. Well, it looks like we need a record driver now because our record drivers now have to be the flagman. Oh, she's offered to do every job out here already. She says she's game. We have the record problem solved. We found us a driver. All right, once again, while we're in intermission, don't forget to come on over here to the concession stand. All right, we got the weekly late model feature race out here on the track. On the pole, we're going to have the 55 of Dustin Woods. Outside of him, the 82 of Dalton Spear. Inside of row number 2, the ZZ of Sloppy Hog. Outside of him, number 1 of Chase Raymond. Lights are out. Inside row number 3 is going to be 2 of Jim Moon. In the greens in there, puts on the floor. 55, Dustin Woods going to lead him down to turn number 1. You got Jim Moon sticking down there on the inside, trying to make some moves, trying to get up to that third spot. Right now, the 55 Dustin Woods, he's leading him around flat number 1. Followed by the 82 of Dalton Spear running that second spot. Jim Moon still working that inside line, trying to make something work down there on the bottom. Nothing there. Just not enough bite down on the bottom side. Jim's not going to give up on it, though. He's going to stay down there, but here comes the 00Z of Trey Langley. He's going to try to take his spot away from Jim as well. ZZ Sloppy Hog running that third spot, followed by the 1, Chase Raymond in 4. Got a battle for the 5th spot between Jim Moon and Trey Langley, the 00Z. Jim Moon, he finally goes up the top shelf. Langley goes to the bottom. Jim Moon crosses it up and shoots back underneath. Jim Moon shoots back down to the inside, going to turns 3 and 4. Here comes Trey Langley on around the outside. He's going to take the spot back away. Jim Moon not giving up on that bottom side. Looks like he had a bad push coming through turn 2. Slid right up in front of Langley. Now Langley's on the bottom side. Moon's on the top side. Langley going to slide right up in front of Moon. Moon's going to cross him up, going to take the spot back away. Meanwhile, that 55, Dustin Woods, he's working his way through lap traffic. Coming through turn 3 and 4 right now. Coming up on the 88. That's Richard Kubitz. He's already got by the 5 of Bill Lane, put him a lap down. He's got by the 20 of Randy Kubitz. Now he got by the 88 of Richard Kubitz. All 3 of those cars a lap down. Next in his sights is the ZZX. That's Kara Langley. Dustin Woods is steadily stretching that lead out. 82, Dalton Spear. He's trying to put some cars a lap down. The 88, Coots gets on the wall on the back straightaway. Kara Langley fixing to go a lap down right here coming out turn number 2. So there goes 55 of Dustin Woods. We got lap cars playing some block here as the number 1 of Chase Raymond's able to get around ZZ and Sloppy Hog and take over that third spot. Lap traffic helped them on that one. Now they got fresh air out in front and see if Sloppy Hog can run them back down and make something happen to get that spot back. Dustin Woods in that 55 still out front. Going to put Ortanic Michael a lap down as well. Dustin Woods showing them the way around. Dalton Spears still holding on to that 2 spot, but that 1 of Chase Raymond has closed some ground up. Sloppy Hog has kind of fell off the pace of these top 3 cars. He's sitting into the 4th spot. 2 laps to go for the 55 of Dustin Woods. White flag in the air, 55, Dustin Wood. And Dustin Woods takes the checker flag, followed by the 82, Dalton Spear. Then the 1 of Chase Raymond, then the ZZ of Sloppy Hog. And then around the top 5 is going to be the 2 of Jim Moon. Got the 88, Richard Kubitz down there, spun around on turn 4. All right, he's crawled out. Let him hear it. 55, Dustin Woods, your late model Friday night feature winner. Well, Dustin, I haven't announced out here since last year. I've been announcing another track, but I got the privilege to come out here tonight, so I haven't seen you out here before. So, are you local out here?
I'm from Forney, Texas. I race out here when I can. I race with the American Crate Late Model Series. We're trying some stuff. We try to come out here, get our bugs out, see what works, see what doesn't.
How many times have you been out here to Big O so far this year?
I think 3 or 4 times.
And have you won every one of those times?
No, I have not.
So this is your first one?
No, this is my second, I think, second or third.
Out here? Mm-hmm. All right, well, congratulations once again. Any sponsors you want to thank on this car?
Everybody that's on it, Burkham's Construction, Black Diamond Race Cars, Rhino, his dad, my girlfriend Amanda. Rhino's driving actually the 55 factory stock that looks just like that. He's my crew chief. Oh, okay. So he's having fun tonight.
Good deal. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, man. Hey, congratulations once again. We'll probably see you out here again tomorrow night. I believe y'all run again, so congratulations. And one more time, 55, Dustin Woods. Looks like we're going to have the Group 2 of the factory stock, so that should be starting with heat number 5, I believe. They're fixing to roll out on the Speedway as soon as I get off of it. All right, I believe with this second group of heat races, they did an invert. So on this heat race, number 5 on the poles of 31, Mason Martin, outside pole 494. Dylan Kidwell, inside row number 2, 75. Chad Eanes, outside of him, 07. Royce Jones, inside of row number 3. 23W, Chris Watson, outside of him, 151. 151, Kenny Fiddler. On the back row, 04, Justin Strain, and number 2, Cody Dixon. And Mason Martin going to lead them down in turn number 1 and 2. So you got the 494, Dylan Kidwell battling back up on that high side. You got Royce Jones in that third spot, 23W, Christopher Watson 4. Here comes the 115, Kenny Fiddler. Dylan Kidwell in the 494, holding them at bay. At 23W, Chris Watson just keeps working that inside, trying to make something happen down there. Kidwell slips just a little bit. Mason Martin sneaks right up on the backside of him. Mason Martin going just a little bit higher, going to cut it back down, coming out of turn 2, trying to get that run down the back straightaway. He's going to pull up right beside him, going into turn number 3. Dylan Kidwell still got that preferred line. Mason Martin right there holding the good line, still staying right there with him. That Chris Watson still working that inside groove. Right now, Royce Jones still hold on to the 3 spot, but here comes Chris Watson, and he's going to squeeze it off and take that 3rd spot away. And he goes right back to the bottom. Maybe he's going to start cutting him a groove down there, make it start working. Christopher Watson diving it down to the inside, trying to take the 2nd spot away from Mason Martin. Not quite enough there. Meanwhile, Chad Inkson at 75, he's done moved his way up into the top 5. Got around Kenny Fiddler, taking that 5th spot away. Christopher Watson just working that inside line. Do it enough times and it's liable to stick. But right now, that 494, Dylan Kidwell still holding everybody back at bay. Pulled a couple car length gap on 31 of Mason Martin. At 23W, Christopher Watson decides to go back up to the top shelf. Gave up on the bottom line. Chad Inkson at 75, slowly creeping back up to the 07 Royce Jones. And there goes Mason Martin diving down the inside, coming out of 2, trying to get a run down the back straightaway. Can't quite make it stick. And here goes Chris Watson again, diving down to the inside. Comes up to the inside of Mason Martin. White flag in the air. Mason Martin's going to shoot it down to the inside. Chris Watson had to jump on the brakes. Didn't expect Martin to shoot down like that, and Martin made it work. Mason Martin took the lead back over, but we're coming out of turn number 4. It's going to be a drag race down to the checker flag, and Mason Martin made that inside line work through 1 and 2, took the lead over and held on to it. So Mason Martin going to win heat race number 5, followed by the 494, Dylan Kidwell, the 07, in the 3rd spot, Royce Jones. Then I believe is the 115 of Kenny Fiddler and the 75 of Chad Inkson, I think. Could have had those backwards. The live on my race pass for some reason is not working. Oh, it is now. Well, the last race it has on there on my live is the Eco Limited Mods. Well, we have heat race number 6 of the USRA Shelley Smiley York City Real Estate USRA factory stocks coming on the track. On the pole of this one, it's going to be the 96T of Colton Tanner. Outside of him is going to be the R12 of Ryan Welch. Inside row number 2, you got the number 8 of Taylor Rollison. Outside of him, the 01, John Grobe. Inside of row number 3, the 12 of Cody Chamberlain. Outside of him, 21 of Jimmy Gore. Inside of row number 4, the 25 of Albert McCall. Albert won his heat race earlier. See if he can make it work from the back row now. Collect him a bunch of passing points. And outside of row number 4 should be the 5H of Gerald Larson. I'm sorry. We're missing somebody out there. Who are we missing? Looks like we're missing the R12 of Ryan Welch. Did not make the call for this heat race. That moved the outside row up, so now outside pole is the 01 of John Grove. Flagman says one more time around, we're going green. At 25, right there on the back row of Albert McCall, looked fast in his first heat race. Was able to check out away from everybody else. Let's see what he can do in his second heat race here. And green's in there, 96T. Colton Tanner going to lead it down. He's going to immediately jump up on that high side. Coming out of turn 2 in the second spot is going to be the 01 John Grove. Here comes Jimmy Gore. Oh, Jimmy gets to the side, into the back of Grove there. Spins out Grove and Chamberlain. Jimmy Gore went in a little hot going in turn 3 and got into the left rear of the 01 of John Grove. And oh no, tough break for Chamberlain. Looks like he has a bent upper control arm. I think he just figured out something's wrong with the car as he threw it into the turn 1 right there. That right front leaning awful hard. Looks like Jimmy Gore is going to choose the outside. He's sitting in the second spot, followed by the 8 of Taylor Rollison. And here's that 25, Albert McCall. He's up into the 4th spot. I don't know what kind of chaos we got going over there on the back straightaway. Got something going on between Job and Chamberlain there. I think there's confusion on where everybody's supposed to be here. I guess because of all that mess in the back straightaway, they show Cody Chamberlain the black flag. Not exactly sure what all happened back there, but unfortunate for Cody, he is retired from this one. Flagman giving him the 1 more to go sign. Colton Tanner jumps on the go pedal. Now he's coming out of turn number 4. Tanner, Gore, Rollison. Here comes that 25 of McCall. Here goes McCall shooting underneath Rollison. He's going to take over that 3rd spot. Here comes Gerald Larson. He's in the top 5. He's going to try to make some moves, try to find his way around that 8 car of Rollison. Right now, Colton Tanner in that 96T looking comfortable out front. The 8, Rollison goes over the top, turn 1 and 2, comes to a stop coming out of turn number 2. And that's going to bring out a caution. Albert McCall in that 25 machine has worked his way from 7th up into the 3rd spot. Now he's getting a chance to get him restacked and see what he can do on this restart. Looks like he's going to be stuck on the inside. Gore's going to take that preferred line on the outside. And Gore gives him a little tap, and Tanner says, let's go. There's McCall down there on the inside. Can't quite make it pull out of turn number 4. He's going to try the middle side of the track. Not all the way down, but in the middle. But it looks like Gore, he's still got the run off the top side. Still going to hold on to that 2nd spot. Here comes Gerald Larson in that 5H. It looks like it's the 5B, though. It says 5H on my paperwork. Colton Tanner getting awful high up over there in turns 1 and 2. He's still able to keep it on the right kind of real estate, though. Still leading him around here, opening up the lead. And there he goes, he's up. He's able to pull it back down. Just in time, right before Gore stuck his nose under there, going to try to take it away. Colton Tanner at 96T, getting a little high through turn 1, 2. He's got a push going into turn number 1. He's able to keep it down off the top of it that time. Meanwhile, you got Gore McCall sitting right there ready to pounce. Everybody kind of getting spaced out at this point. You got Tanner, Gore, McCall, Larson. Grove is rounding out your top 5. Still got 96T, Colton Tanner. Got it in cruise control out front. Jimmy Gore still holding his own in the 2nd spot. Albert McCall in the 25. Just sitting back waiting for anybody to make a mistake. 2 laps to go for the 96T machine. Albert McCall, he's going to try and test the waters down there on the bottom side and see what it's like. Looks like he's going to try it again down here in 3 and 4. White flag in the air for the 96T of Colton Tanner. Albert McCall shooting down to the inside once again. Not quite enough. Gore pulls right back by down the back straightaway. He's going to shoot it down there in 3 and 4. Try one more time. Going to try taking the second spot away. But looks like Gore, Jimmy Gore is going to take that second spot. So you got the 96T, Colton Tanner, followed by the 21, Jimmy Gore, the 25, Albert McCall, then the 5B of Gerald Larson, and then the 01 of John Grove, rounding out the top 5. Look like Albert McCall might have found something he liked down there on the bottom, but just tried a little bit too late in the race. Next up, we have heat race number 7 of the USRA factory stocks. And on the pole of this one is going to be the 47C of Brandon Cook. Outside of him is going to be the 99J of Matt Deutscher. Inside of row number 2 is going to be the 15 of Colton Chamberlain. Outside of him is going to be the 112 of Flying Ryan Powers. Inside of row number 3 is going to be the 22C of Richard George. Outside of him is going to be the 70 of Can't Stop the Chop, Kenneth Chamberlain, Pork Chop. Inside of row number 4, you got the 40T of Toby Grissom. And outside of him, you got the number 40 of Michael Bowles. I don't know what we waiting on. Not sure what we're waiting on here, but either ways, make sure all y'all come back out tomorrow. What's that? Oh, computers. Of course, the computers go out. I guess they're in there trying to restart the computers. I'm not sitting in there with the scorers today because it's kind of warm in there, and it feels pretty good out here with the breeze going. So. Either way, just make sure you make your way back out here tomorrow night for the finale of the Eddie Prator Classic. Ought to be one excellent factory stock race for sure. All right, I guess we got them back up and running, fixing to send them out on the track. Heat race number 7. Looks like we got the 99J back out there after earlier he had some rear end problems. It looks like he got it fixed and is back out, ready to run second set of heat races. Flagman turn the light out. Let's get them stacked up, and we're going to go green right there between turn 3 and 4. And they're on the loud pedal in the 47C. Brandon Cook shoots out there, going to lead him down to turn number 1. And he loops it going into turn number 1, spins it all the way around and goes up and over. And that's going to bring out a yellow, and we're going to have to restack it. Kenneth Chamberlain was coming with a head full of steam from the rear of that pack, though. But now he's got to go right back to the back and try it again. 47C, Brandon Cook went in turn 1 a little hot. Luckily, he spun right out the way and didn't get hit, didn't cause a pile up, so let's try this one again. Flagman says, one more time, we go on green. Here we go again. The 99J got a better jump that time. That's Matt Dozier. He's going to lead him down to turn number 1. 47C falls back to 2. But here comes the 112. Full wide on the back straightaway. 112. Flying Ryan Powers shoots up to the second spot. And oh, the 47C. Brandon Cook goes around again. We got the 40T of Kobe Grissom around over there. Pork Chop had to go over the top to dodge it all. No, now we got the 22C of Richard George going around down here in turns 1 and 2. Track must be getting slick out there. Got these guys sliding all over the place. We did get a lap in on that one, so the 99J will take his point out front. Looks like we got them stacked back up. Pork Chop started in that 6th spot. Looks like he's up to 3rd, and the green light is out. Here we go again. 99J, Matt Dozier going to lead him through turns 3 and 4. Flying Ryan Powers on the outside, Pork Chop Chamberlain on the inside. Looks like Pork Chop's going to take over that 2nd spot on the inside. Dozier running through the middle of it, but here comes Pork Chop up the inside. Looks like Pork Chop's going to take the lead over down that back straightaway. Going down to turn 3, here comes Flying Ryan Powers on the outside too. Looks like he's going to rail around the outside and get around Dozier too. Come down in front straightaway, flying around Powers. He's going to take it from third all the way up to the first place spot. Pork Chop in 2, Dosher 3, side by side through turn 1, 2, a little bumping and a little bagging. Looks like Dosher's turning. Oh, we got chaos on the back straightaway. Dosher and Pork Chop going around on the back straightaway. Looked like they might have got hung up coming out of turn number 2. Dosher and Pork Chop Chamberlain doing a little bumping and banging going through turn 1 and 2, and I think they got hung up coming out. Wind up spinning each other out. I think both cars should be good and able to continue, but they will have to drop to the tail of the field. Pork Chop slid up there. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to stay there. So along with Dosher, I think them two are going to have to wind up dropping to the rear. They are the ones that brought the caution out. And there they go. They're dropping to the tail of the field. So that leaves the 112 Flying Ryan Powers out front. Michael Bowles in that 40 machine started in the dead last 8th position, is up to 2nd. You got the 15 of Colton Chamberlain in 3rd. Lights are out. It's up to Flying Ryan anytime he wants to. And he's on the go pedal. And here comes Michael Bowles shooting up the inside, giving him a little shove coming out of turn number 4. Drag race down the front straightaway going into turn number 1. Michael Bowles hooking around the inside, but Flying Ryan Powers has momentum off the top. Here we go, 2 turns 3 and 4. Michael Bowles still hugging the inside line. Powers still going to hold on to the lead, come down to the flag stand, going back into turn number 1. Bowles still sticking to the inside. Here comes Pork Chop. He's trying to work his way back up through there. Good battle for the lead right here between Bowles and Powers. Powers still holding them off. Bowles refuses to play follow the leader and keep working that low side. Here comes Dosher. Dosher coming back up on the 22C of Richard George. Here comes Pork Chop. He's getting up in the mix of it. You got Powers, you got Bowles, you got George, Dosher, Pork Chop. And then one of the boys, Colton Chamberlain. Oh, Pork Chop got squeezed way down going into turn number 1 by Dosher. Didn't phase him though. Pork Chop still hooked right around the inside of them tires. Squeezing them down again, and they get into it again, going into turn number 3. Looks like Dosher and Chop hung up. Coming through turns 3 and 4, they're still hooked together. Pork Chop sticking his nose up underneath, and Dosher was trying to squeeze him off. Pork Chop wasn't wanting to give an inch either, so we raced for $5,000 here. Position matters when it comes tomorrow. But these two guys racing hard, trying to make it happen, get as many passing points as they could. Looks like Dosher, I see him take his helmet off, taking belts off. He fixing to flip out of the car here, I guess, maybe. Wouldn't think either one of these guys are broke, so I don't know why you're going to take it all off. Might as well stay buckled up and get you untangled and keep on going. Flagman says one more time around. Going to turn the lights out in the back straightaway. He'll be up to Flying Ryan Powers in that 112 to get this one restarted anywhere from the O on Big O Speedway on that back straightaway till the time he comes out of turn 4. Choice is all his. He said, let's go. Flying Ryan Powers going to shoot out there going to turn 3 and 4, but here comes Michael Bowles up the inside. Michael Bowles, I'm sure he's going to work that inside line like he has been all night long. And he is, and Pork Chop, he's working that low line. He's already got a couple of cars knocked out. Pork Chop, now he goes up to the high side. Looks like he's going to try to take that third spot away from George. And he does. Pork Chop back up to third. Had to go back to the back 2 times now. He's already worked his way back up to the third spot. Now he's got a little real estate to reel in to 40 of Michael Bowles that keeps working that inside, trying to make something happen down there while Flying Ryan Powers runs that high side, getting the momentum off the top. Bowles working that low side good. Colton Chamberlain over there in turn 2 takes a little loop around, but he gets it pointed back in the right direction. 2 laps to go for the 112 of Flying Ryan Powers. Bowles working that low line, trying to make something happen. White flag in the air one more time around. Bowles almost pulls out side by side coming out of turn number 2. Here we go, last time through turn 3 and 4. Looks like Flying Ryan Powers going to have the momentum off the top, but he does. 112, Flying Ryan Powers takes the win. Followed by the 40 of Michael Bowles and the 70 of Pork Chop Chamberlain. Then the 22C of Richard George. Then the 40T of Toby Grissom round out the top 5. One more heat race for the USRA factory stocks. Your lineup looks like this: a 27 on the pole of Dalton Faulkner. Outside of him is going to be the 55 of Ryan Turnipseed. Inside of row number 2, you're going to have the 10 of Nate Dixon. Outside of him is going to be the 1W of Sean Hill. Inside of row number 3 is going to be the 02B of Tanner Bogus. Outside of row number 3, the 54R of Brett McMillan. Inside of row number 4 is going to be the 55M of Neil Kemp. Outside of him is going to be the 54K of Melvin Kemp. Somebody jumped the start on that one, so they're going to throw a yellow right back out and restart this one. Oh, I was wrong, I guess. I heard them say do not score them, so I don't know what that meant. But either way, we got Nate Dixon and Dalton Faulkner battled out for the lead right now. Nate Dixon is running the low line. Faulkner's on the high side. And here comes the 55M of Neil Kemp, all the way from the back row, already working his way up in the third spot. $54K. Oh, we got O2B, Tanner Bogus taking a spin, going over the top of turn 3 over there. And that's going to bring out the yellow. Dalton Faulkner back on the gas pedal. Leading them through turn 3 and 4. Here comes Neil Kemp in that 55 amp. He looks like he's going to take over that second spot going into turn number 1. Melvin Kemp on the inside. Nate Dixon falls all the way back to the 4th spot. He's making a run back on the outside, going to try to take it back. Yep, Faulkner, Neil Kemp, Melvin Kemp, then Nate Dixon. .54R, Brett McMillan hanging right in there too. We got a heck of a battle up front for that second spot. Here comes Melvin Kemp trying to take it away from Neil Kemp. Neil Kemp powers back by on the high side, got the momentum going for him. Dalton Faulkner starting to stretch his lead out just a little bit. Nate Dixon getting a little high going through turns 1 and 2 there. Faulkner, Kemp, Dixon, McMillan, top 5 cars right now. Two laps to go for the 27, Dalton Faulkner. Dalton Faulkner out of Cutting Chute, Texas. Coming up here chases $10,000. I'm sorry, $5,000 after having a flat before he even took the green for the big $10,000 to win race at King of the Hill at Boot Hill last weekend. Coming to try to redeem himself. Last time through turns 3 and 4. Coming down to the checker flag, 27, Dalton Faulkner going to be your heat race winner, followed by 55N, Neil Kemp. 10, Nate Dixon gets that 3rd spot back. Then the 54K, Melvin Kemp in the 4th spot, followed by the 54R of Brett McMillan, round out the top 5. Next up, we should have our Interceptor feature. Lineup looks like this for your Interceptor feature. On the pole position, should have been Jim Moon, but looks like he's going to the back. Outside pole should be the 651 of Ortanic McHale. So now up on your pole is going to be the 64 of Randy Kubitz. Inside of the second row is going to be the 33 of Tyler LeDuc. Outside second row is the 911, Christania Nold. Inside of row number 3 should be the 44 of Weston Williamson. Outside of him, the 88 of Richard Kubitz. And Jim Moon went on the back of this field in that 69 car. Looks like the lights are out, getting ready to go. Not a good start. Green is not on, so we're going to shut them back down and try it again. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Looks like some didn't even realize it out there. Now we got the green in the air. That's 64. Randy Kubit's going to lead him down to turn number 1. Now we got one going over the top. Looks like he didn't even turn. Looked like the wheels were turned left, but the car didn't turn. That looks like that was the 88 of Richard Kubit's. Oh, we got 2 cars around over here in turn number 3. Looks like that was the 33 of Tyler LeDuc. And the 911 of Christania Nold. Didn't see what happened. I was looking at the 88 flying over turn 1. I think the 911 over there's got a flat. The 33 is going to pull it off the track over there to the pit. All right, we got flagman telling the cop cars one more time around. Try to get this one started. And they're on the go pedal again in the 64, Randy Kubit. Here comes Jim Moon up the inside in that 69. Jim Moon sliding up the inside. Luck takes the lead for just a moment, but Kubit's got to run down the back trail. He's side by side going to turn number 3. Jim Moon pushing up, trying to squeeze him off. We got the 44 going around over here in turn 4. That's Weston Williamson. He gets it turned back in the right direction. Jim Moon finally makes the makes it by 64. Randy Kubitz falls back to 2. Here comes the 651 of Ortanic McHale. Ortanic gets a little shot in the shorts. That 64 car. Kubitz going through 3 and 4. Ortanic trying to find a way around. Meanwhile, Jim Moon, that 69 car, starting to stretch it out a little bit. Oh, we got a little bumping and banging coming out turn number 2. 88 Richard Kubitz trying to get in the mix of it. Ortanic trying to find every which way around. That 64 Randy Kubitz still holding them back. Meanwhile, Jim Moon still out front in that 69 car. Ortanic trying to shoot down a little bit lower. Looks like Jim Moon's slowing down just a little bit. They stuck right back up to the back end of Moon. And there goes Randy Kubitz trying to dive underneath. Oh, and Jim Moon gets tagged in the left rear by Kubitz. And that brings out a yellow. Coming out turn 4, Randy Kubitz tags Jim Moon in the left rear there. Gets him spun around. Not sure who actually is supposed to be in the front here. Looks like Kubitz should be, yep. Ortanic McHale in the second spot. Don't think Jim Moon belongs there in the third spot, but there's only one other car on the track, so I guess he will stay probably right there in that area. And Jim Moon takes it to the pits. Started with 7, down to 3. And the lights are out. And Randy Kubitz, he gets on the gas, coming out turn number 4. Here comes Ortanic trying to find a way around, coming in that front straightaway. Running down the turn number 1 and 2. Ortanic shoots down to the inside, coming out turn 2. Looks like it's a drag race down the back straightaway, going into turn number 3. Ortanic down there in the middle. Kubitz gets a run off the top. Kubitz looks like he still holds on to the lead at the flag stand. And Ortanic, he makes a good run through the middle of turns 1 and 2. He's going to take that lead back over. Here comes Kubitz right back. Going to try to go to the inside in 3 and 4. Ortanic up in that preferred line on the high side. Kubitz running through the middle like Ortanic did that previous lap, and he couldn't quite make it stick to make a pass. Got McHale, Kubitz, and then there goes Williamson taking a little spin over there in turn 4 again. Looks like he's going to get it flipped back around and back going in the right direction. Kubitz gets a little sideways coming out of turn number 2, loses some ground to Ortanic. Ortanic just may put it in cruise control from here on out. Ortanic stretched way out there now on the lead. Going to be taking the white flag coming out of turn number 4. Checker flag for the 651 Ortanic Michael. Followed by the 64 Randy Kubitz, and then the 44 of Weston Williamson. Give it up one more time. Your Interceptor feature winner, 651 of Ortanic Michael. All right, Ortanic. That Interceptor race was pretty crazy to start the race off. Y'all was spinning out everywhere. I mean, you wasn't, but I mean, there was a bunch of them just scattered all over the track. What do you think about this Interceptor class?
I mean, it's a great class to race. I was just all focused, trying not to spin out. I didn't know how far I was between the other Interceptors, but it was a great race.
A little bit different than a late model, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it is.
Ortanic, how old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
You are one big 14-year-old, you know it?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations. Is there any sponsors you want to thank on this car?
I'd like to thank Jason York. That's pretty much all the sponsors I have. Oh, and my mom, too, and dad.
You're welcome, Mom and Dad. I had to remind them of that one. Hey, once again, congratulations, Ortanic. Give it up one more time. 651, Ortanic Michael, your Intercepted feature winner. Looks like next to be the last race of the night, we got the Eco Limited Mods staged up in the chute. All right, your Eco Limited feature lineup looks like this. On the pole, 22, Kyler Smith. Outside, 15, Gavin Smith. Inside of row 2, 14, James Riddle. Outside, 23, Ricky Slack. Row number 3, got the 19R, Dylan Richards. Outside, 12, Jordan Ramsey. Inside of row number 4, 11, Jet Hefty. Outside, 0, Keith Burnett. Row number 5, the 34J, Josh Brand. Outside, 28X, Gary Jackson. And here goes the green. Side by side down that front straightaway. Kyler Smith does a slide job, gets it all the way up to the top shelf, and he takes the lead. 15 of Gavin Smith right there in the 2 spot, but there's a 14 of James Riddle. He's working that low side. Oh, we got one hard into the wall. That's Josh Brand, I believe. Josh Baker hard into the wall coming out of turn number 4. Finished running through that lineup. I think I was about right there at row number 6 with the 01 of Josh Baker. Looks like he's going to have to get towed off now, though. Outside row number 6 would have been the 82 of Michael Pataki. Inside of row number 7, the 4X, James Haggard. Outside of him, 783, John Skinner. Inside of row number 8, the 80 of Gary Peters. Outside of him, the 087, Henry Harrison. And then inside of row number 9, the 22T of Tyler Muirhead. Outside of him, the 18B of Blaine Smith. Flagman telling them one more time around we're going to go green. Alicia, I'm up here. I'm up here. James Riddle getting a jump on the inside. Put the 22, Kyler Smith powers back around the outside. Regains the lead. Gavin Smith right there in the third spot, right behind Riddle. But here comes the 23 of Ricky Slack. Here comes the young gun, number 11, Jet Hefty. Worked his way into the top 5 already. Oh, we got Jet getting into the wall a little bit down the front straightaway, coming out of 4. 18B of Blaine Smith gets by Hefty. Blaine Smith on a charge. Tyler Smith coming up in the lap traffic, gonna shoot it down to the inside. That's the 4X of James Haggard going a lap down. We got a 3-4 car battle for the third spot. 3 wide down the back straightaway. You got Gavin Smith, Blaine Smith. And Ricky Slack all battling for that third spot. And here comes Hefty. He getting in the mix of this. Jet Hefty trying to work his way into the mix of that third spot position. Got a 4-car battle. You got Tyler Smith way out front. James Riddle in the second spot. And we have a battle for the third, but right now the 15 of Gavin Smith is holding that position. Coming out up on the 82 of Mikey Pataki. And here comes Blaine Smith around the outside, going to take it away. Oh, Pataki around down here in turns number 1 and 2. Fires it right back up and gets out of the way. We stay green. Kyler Smith way out front. Followed by Riddle. Gavin and Blaine Smith battling for that third spot. Hefty and Slack battling for the 5th spot. Tyler Smith coming up on the 80 of Gary Peters. Looks like we got the 4X James Haggard down there in turn 3 spun around. Getting them stacked back up. The 22, Kyler Smith still out front. 14 is James Riddle in the second spot, followed by Gavin Smith. We got up for that second spot between Riddle and Gavin Smith. Kyler still holding out front. Here comes Richards on the outside. He's going to try and get in the mix of this. Dylan Richards in that 19R rolling the high side, trying to make something work. Hefty slow rolling down the inside. Tough break for him as he was running good up in the top 5. And the checker flag going to be Kyler Smith, the 22. Then you got the 14, James Riddle, then the 15, Gavin Smith. You had Harrison and Richards there in 4th and 5th position. I don't remember which one was which, but Dylan got 4th. All right, he can hear you. Give it up. 22, Kyler Smith, your Eco Limited Mod feature winner. All right, Kyler. How many Smiths were in that race, and are all y'all related?
Well, I mean, Gavin is related to me. I was a little nervous going that first corner of the start. I didn't know what was going to happen there.
Yeah, there's a Blaine Smith, no relation to that one, I guess?
No, sir.
I know there's a bunch of Smiths in that one, but hey, what do you think tonight? The track's a little tricky. Hello. A little slippery, but what do you think about it?
I liked it. I mean, it was pretty fast on the top. It was a little hairy. There was a couple of times that, you catch a little rut, but, I mean, the bottom was seemed to be good for passing a little bit of cars. I like the track.
Good deal, man. Any sponsors you want to thank on this car?
I'd like to thank Twisted Tech.
Twisted Tech, that's the only one he's got. But, hey, congratulations again, man. We'll see you out here again tomorrow night. All right, give it up one more time. 22, Kyler Smith, Eco Limited Mod feature winner. Well, thank y'all for coming out tonight, and don't forget tomorrow night, come back out here. We're going to have the finale of the big factory stock 5,000 to win race tomorrow night. Y'all be safe going home.